Hey guys, welcome to class. Now, it's been a little while since I've done a video, but life gets busy. So because of that busyness, that's why we have yoga. I hope you've still been practicing, even if it's not with some of my videos. Today's class is just going to be a little flowy. I have nothing planned, so we're going to go ahead and call it like an intuitive flow. If I do forget something on one side, just laugh it off, and then if you go through the video again, just add it in. So go ahead and meet me on your mat. We won't need any props today. Open your knees as wide as the mat. We've got our toes still touching behind us. We're just going to settle into child's pose for just a few moments to really settle into the mat, into this space, into this moment, letting everything else fall away. Go ahead and close the mouth. You can close the eyes or keep them open. Whatever feels best for you in this moment. So we're breathing in and out through the nose, beginning to engage that Ujjayi breath, constricting the back of the throat a little so that we have an audible inhale and an audible exhale. If you'd like, you can rock side to side on the forehead, activating that third eye chakra, the source of inner knowing, your inner teacher. And then come back to stillness. For a couple more moments, a couple more breaths, arrive here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, come into tabletop position. Bring the knees under the hips and wrists underneath the shoulders. Make sure our index finger is pointed towards the front of the mat so that we're not skewing our elbows out or too far in. So we've got our index fingers facing forward, and we're just going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to rock back and forth over the wrists, over the toes. So we're doing a gentle stretch into the wrists, and you can go as far back as you want with the feet. Sometimes those toes curled under can feel a little tight depending on where you are today. Beautiful. Come back to center, and we're just going to lift the heels of the hands, up off of the mat a few times, warming up into the forearms, warming into the wrists. Now you can keep the toes tucked or you can untuck them. Beautiful. From here, fingers face the outside edges of the mat and rocking side to side. Keep the low belly drawn in and check in with the shoulders. Make sure that we're not sinking into them here. Beautiful. Now turn those fingers all the way back towards the knees and then just rock back and forth here. Maybe you've got a ton of wrist mobility and you can sink those hips back pretty far. But as with anything with yoga, there's no particular way that it needs to be done or need to look. Remember, we use the poses to get into the body, not the body to get into the poses. So just go with what feels good. Beautiful. Turn the fingers to face forward. From here, some simple cat-cows. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the chest. Exhale, round, draw the belly in, chin to chest. Inhale, lift tailbone, drop the belly. Exhale, round, push the mat away. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Two more here. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round. Beautiful. Take the knees as wide as your mat. And we're going to sink the hips back, almost like we're coming into a child's pose. And we're going to inhale, scooping and circling over and forward. Exhale all the way back towards the hips. Reverse the direction. So inhale forward. Exhale, sink it back. Just moving into the shoulders, wrists, and hips a little bit. If my cueing is too fast or too slow, come back to the breath. One more each direction, inhaling forward. Exhale, take it back. And inhale forward. Exhale, take it back. Beautiful. Come back to tabletop. Tuck those toes under. You can step the hands forward about half a hand's length if you'd like. Inhale. Exhale, push the hips back, downward facing dog. Now this might be your first down dog of the day, or maybe you had fun just exploring other videos or other yoga classes. Just take what feels good for you here. So whether that's walking it out, crossing one knee all the way over in front of the other, and then switching sides, really getting into the hips and the side body. Do what feels good and what your body is asking for. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting both heels. And exhale, allow them to sink towards the mat. They don't have to touch here. We have the low belly drawn in, hips shooting up towards the sky. Gaze is toward the thighs, and heart pressing towards the thighs. Just taking a moment here, almost like a meditation. Find stillness and watch the mind. Beautiful. Inhale, lift right leg high. Hold here in this three-legged dog, keeping the hips square. Just really feeling a little more heat building into the shoulders. Beautiful. Bend the right knee, open the hip, stacking right hip on top of left, and go ahead and begin some big hip circles. So we're drawing a circle with the knee, keeping the right knee bent. Go ahead and switch the direction of that circle here. Beautiful. Inhale, extend all the way back, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. And inhale, take it back. From here, full exhale. Inhale, lift. And exhale, shift forward. Coming into high lunge here. Inhale, arm sweep up overhead. Exhale, arm sweep back, chest to thigh. Inhale, sweep and lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift and hold. Sink a little bit deeper into that right leg. Lift and extend, arms up overhead. So we're active in our arms here. On an exhale, open up, left heel drops to the mat, warrior two. Gaze over those right fingertips, sink into that right knee, or bend into the right knee. Breathe. Find strength here. Strengthen the stillness. Strengthen the silence. And strengthen the self. Beautiful. Flip right palm up. Inhale, sweep back to reverse warrior. Light on those left fingertips here. Inhale, coming all the way forward into extended side angle. So the left hand can be lifted here. Elbow can come to the thigh if needed, or all the way down to the mat and the left hand reaching up overhead. Really dig into the left outer foot here. Long line of energy. If you find that you're looking towards the mat, that's totally okay, but we want to keep the left shoulder rolling open. So even if it strains the neck to look up, push into the right inner thigh with the right shoulder to stay lifted. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, star pose here. And then we're going to turn left toes towards the back corner of the mat, hands to heart center, Skandasana at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down, hold. Now, if you'd like to take the bind here, go ahead. You'll sweep the left arm back and right arm up and around. Just make sure we've got that right knee facing the sky and right foot flexed. Beautiful. Release the bind. Inhale, arms sweep up. And heel toe the feet in just a couple steps here with the heels ending up out and the toes in. Bring hands to the waist. Inhale, lift up out of the waist. And exhale, fold forward. Hands can come to the mat. Roll the weight just a little bit more towards the toes. Breathe and open the back side of the body. Beautiful. From here, inhale to halfway lift and lengthen. Turn the right toes towards the top of the mat, bend into the right knee, and then sweep and lift into warrior two. The stance may be a little close here, so you can also just scoot that back leg back a little bit. Hold here, remember strength in the pose. Can you sink a little bit deeper? Inhale, reverse warrior once again, and exhale, frame out that front foot. Press the mat away, we're on the ball of the back foot, and take the right foot all the way back to three-legged dog. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, lift, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, lift, left leg high. Keep the hips square. Breathe here, build the fire. Strengthen and lengthen. Bend the left knee, stacking left hip on top of the right, and begin your hip circles here. Nice and slow. And go ahead and reverse. Beautiful. Inhale, extend, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the right tricep. Inhale, lift. Full exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. Inhale, lift arms up overhead. Take an inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chest to thigh, arms go back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift. And this time, drop the right heel, open up. Virabhadrasana 2 on the other side. Extend the arms in opposite direction. Bend the left knee a little bit more. Flip the left palm up. Inhale, sweep back. Right fingertips light on that back leg. Reverse warrior. Inhale up. And exhale, extended side angle. Again, option here to bring left elbow to the left thigh. Right hand up to the sky or reaching overhead. Sink into those hips. Energy shooting out the fingertips. Inhale back to warrior two. Exhale, extend the leg. So here we're in star pose. And then we'll just turn the right toes towards the back of the mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, Skandasana at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, sink it down. Now we'll hold this one here. You can keep the hands at heart center, or again, work on going for the bind with the right shoulder coming into the inside of the right knee. Take that arm back behind, left arm reaching up, and then take it back. Keep the left leg active, foot pulling in. Maybe you fall or almost fall. No matter what, laugh it off and try again. Beautiful. Release here. Inhale. Back up, star pose. Heel toe the feet in just a bit. Again, heels out wider than the toes. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, lift up out of the waist. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Hands can drop to the mat or blocks if you need. And again, roll the weight to the toes. Lift the hips up. If you like, the hands can come to the ankles or to the outsides of the heels to pull the chest closer to the thighs and the crown of the head closer to the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Turn the left toes towards the front of the mat and then windmill the arms up and around, coming back into warrior two. Inhale, sweep back, reverse warrior. Exhale, take the hands down, framing out the left foot. Press into the hands. Inhale, left leg lifts. Shift forward on an inhale. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Now, as we flow, remember that child's pose is always available. So if a down dog feels like too much right now, go ahead and take Balasana. Find some stillness here. Not just in the body, but also in the mind. As we flow through these yoga poses, we're in somewhat of a controlled area, so we can practice letting thoughts go. We can practice not building a story. That way, when things are stressful, we've had the practice, we can come back to the stillness and the quiet. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Bring the feet together to touch. We're going to roll to the outer edge of the right foot, stacking left foot on top. Now in Vashisthasana, if this becomes too much, you can bend the left foot and bring it in front of the hips to kind of help support you here. If that still feels like too much, we're just going to bend the right knee and really squeeze into that side body to get some work here and some strengthening. If you're with me, left foot on top of right, Vashisthasana. Option here to bring left foot to the right inner thigh for a tree pose variation. Now from here, you can keep that foot in tree pose, but we're going to come back to a plank. We're going to inhale, exhale, push up, inhale, lift, exhale, push up, inhale, lift, and then exhale, take it back to a three-legged dog. Briefly here, inhale, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, open up the hip, Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, and as slowly as possible, come into Wild Thing. Lift the chest, lift the hips open. Beautiful. Begin to close it all off. Coming back to Vashisthasana, and from here, step the left foot forward. Inhale, sweep crescent. Exhale, hop the back foot in, pyramid pose here. So inhale, lengthen out, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Knowing that it's okay to bend the knee. Beautiful. Gaze towards the top of the mat. Bend slightly into the left foot. Lifting the right, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Now you can play with different variations here. If you want to take it into sugar cane, you'll bend the right knee, working to grasp the right foot. If you don't want to do that, you can open up and really work on balance by lifting left hand off of the mat. From here, close everything off. Inhale and fall out, bringing knee to chest, arms up overhead. Exhale, set the foot down, take a moment. In this Tadasana, hands at heart center. Breathe and acknowledge all the hard work that you're doing so far. Sending gratitude to yourself and this life you're living. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Palms come to touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Now in this halfway lift, let's take the hands off of the mat to really strengthen the hamstrings and the glutes here. Exhale, fold. We'll do a couple of those reps. We're going to inhale, squeeze and engage the backs of the thighs and the glutes. Exhale, fold. 2 more here. Inhale, lift, lengthen and strengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lift. And exhale, hands come to the mat. Step or hop back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take it to the other side. So we'll inhale, shift forward. Feet are together, touching. Roll into the outer edge of the left foot. Again, take whatever variation feels good to you. Coming into Vashisthasana. Go ahead and bend the right knee towards the ceiling. And if you'd like, you can place the right toes to the inner thigh of the left leg. Lift the hips up. One more inhale. Exhale, let's take our push-up. So option here to come out of that tree variation. Inhale. Exhale, push-up. Inhale. Exhale, push-up. Inhale. Come back into Vashisthasana, arm lifted. Exhale, close it off. And come back into three-legged dog. Sometimes intuitive flows are not the same. Words are escaping me right now, guys. Bend the right knee, open the hip. From here, roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. And again, going as slow as you can into Wild Thing. Lift the heart, lift the hips. Begin to close everything off, but meeting back in Vashisthasana. Knee up. And then bring the knee towards the chest as you turn and rotate, landing the right foot at the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hop the back foot forward. Lengthen the right leg, pyramid pose. If you need extra lengthening, inhale, crown of the head reaching forward. Exhale, fold. Come back to the breath. back to the strength you are building. Gaze ahead of the right foot. Bend the right knee gently, setting right hand slightly to the side of the right foot, but about a foot in front. Lift left leg off of the mat. Open up Ardha Chandrasana. Again, option here to bend the left knee, grabbing the foot with the left hand for Sugar King. Other option to extend and lift the right hand off of the mat. Beautiful. Close everything off. Inhale, sweep left knee to chest, arms overhead. Exhale, lower down. Bring the hands to heart center. Hopefully you're sweating. I'm sweating. Beautiful strengthening practice here. Hands can come down to the side. Good. Inhale, lift, stretch up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Again, with those strengthening Ardha Uttanasanas, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, hands come to the mat. Step back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward, chaturanga. Inhale, sweep and lift. And shoot it back to child's pose. Open the knees. Allow the hips to drift towards the heels. And let's go ahead and bend the elbows, bring the palms together, allowing them to rest at the nape of the neck. Taking just a moment here, feeling so grateful for the path that we are on, and knowing that if it feels unsettling, sometimes we have to deal with that discomfort. And knowing that the way that we think and respond to stress can either strengthen or weaken us. So in those moments of discomfort, decide now to grow from it. Bring the palms back to the mat. Inhale forward to tabletop. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. And exhale, bring right knee to right thumb, setting up for Ekapada Raja Kapotasana. Breath. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, instead of just coming down with our hands on the mat, you can sweep the hands back behind. This way we activate even more muscles. Inhale, sweep and lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, sweep and lift. And exhale all the way down to your level. So maybe all the way down is just here on your hands hanging out. That's great. Maybe it's on a block. Maybe it's on the forearms. Or maybe it's nestled in. Breathe into this pose. Breathe in all the goodness that there is here, not only in this room, on your mat, but in this life in general. Oftentimes, it's the way we believe and perceive things that become our reality. So why would we choose anything other than goodness? Gently come on out of that pose, palms on the mat. Tuck the back toes under, press the mat away, lifting that leg up. Inhale, sweep it back slow and gentle to three-legged dog, and then set it down on the mat. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, bring it forward, left knee to left thumb. Lengthening out, doing our best to square off the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms go back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, settle in. Just remember to notice what comes up here. And if you find yourself attaching or holding on to any of it, ask yourself if you need to. Most often you don't. Let it go. Breathe. And every exhale, let a little more of the stress melt away. Beautiful. Plant the palms on the mat. Come back up. Tuck those right toes under. Press into the mat. Squeeze the core so that the left knee comes in. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, lower. From here, walk the feet to the hands. Bending the knees as much as needed. And then step just about as wide as your mat. Toes facing out. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, sit the hips down. Malasana. Hands at heart center. Crown of the head lifting up. Tailbone shooting back or down. Not necessarily back. Lengthen out. If you'd like to, you can extend the left hand, right arm up to the sky. Gentle twist. If you'd like, you can go for a bind. I typically fall over in this one, but if you'd like to, you can take it. Come back to center. Right arm out to the right. Inhale, left arm high. Doesn't hurt to try, right? We can try for the bind. One day we'll get it if we intend it. Close everything back off into our malasana. Inhale, lift the hips, lengthen out, heel toe the feet in. Exhale, fold. Here you can grab onto the backs of the calves or ankles or the heels. Melt forward. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank, and then drop the knees to the mat. Cross the ankles and have a seat. Legs out in front. Inhale, lengthen up, hold here. So we've got the belly drawn in, and we're lifting up out of the waist. Who knew just sitting here could be so hard? If you're not feeling it, lengthen the hands up. Imagine squeezing everything towards the midline. The belly pulls in, legs are still nice and tight. We're kind of digging the heels in just a bit to protect the knees. Now point the toes, arms reach forward, tuck and pull the belly button towards the spine. Gently roll all the way down. Once you're on the mat, bend the knees so the feet are flat on the floor, close enough to your glutes that you can kind of touch your heels. If you'd like, you can grab onto the heels. We're going to head into bridge here. So palms flat on the mat. Inhale, press into the heels, lift up. Working into the fronts of the thighs, the backs of the legs. Exhale, lower it down. Bring both knees in. Bring forehead to the knees. Gentle squeeze. Exhale, lower the head down. But we're going to take the left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Right arm all the way out to the right extended. Both knees over to the left. Gentle supine twist. If it feels okay for the neck, gaze to the right. Inhale, center. Let's take it to the other side. Left arm out to the left, right hand to the outside of the left thigh, and knees over to the right. Gaze over the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, extend long along your mat. Legs extended, arms by your side. Now, before we head into Shavasana, I'd like to get as tense as possible. So we're going to pull the toes towards the face. Dig the heels into the mat. Squeeze the front of the thigh. Engage those quadricep muscles. Squeeze the glutes. And imagine you're trying to sit up, but you're stuck in glue. So we're nice and tight in our core. Bring the shoulders to the ears and create fists with the hands. Furrow the brow. Clench the jaw. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out, and let it all go. Shavasana. Just notice the weight of your body resting completely on the floor. Letting go of any tension. Allow your breath to come back to its natural state and just be. Now, you can stay in Shavasana as long as you need. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.